Matt Baker.
Thank you, Commissioners. I'd like to speak a little bit about water and wastewater. We all know that Maysville is an old community, and consequently, there are components of the water and wastewater systems that are over 100 years old. Despite significant efforts by the City of Maysville, there are many areas of the water and wastewater system that the aging infrastructure makes it difficult to maintain reliable water and wastewater service, and has resulted in non-compliance in several occasions. The potential project, as part of their investment in Maysville and Mason County, is paying for both water and wastewater modeling. The potential project has hired an industry-leading modeling firm to develop and calibrate water and wastewater models for the City of Maysville. These will be indispensable tools that can be used to identify deficiencies and possible issues within the existing system, as well as being useful tools to facilitate planning and the design of future projects and infrastructure improvements. This will be a benefit to all of Maysville's water and wastewater customers. The potential project is currently planning to utilize a dry, closed-loop cooling system at the proposed facility. This type of cooling requires no water during the operation of the facility to cool equipment. The majority of the water demands of the facility will be temporary in nature and will be during the construction phase of the project. After construction, the water demands of the facility will be very similar to any other industry with the same number of employees. Once operational, water demands will be limited to what is needed for employee health and safety at the facility. Things like bathrooms, kitchens, sinks, toilets, drinking fountains, all of those types of things to support the employees. Current projected water demands are as follows: 500,000 gallons per day peak demand during the construction phase, 300,000 gallons of fire flow, which is only needed if there is a fire, 200,000 gallons per day peak demand during the operation of the facility, with less than 100,000 gallons per day being the average at the facility during operation. All of these water demands will be supplied by water from existing water utilities, not from water wells at the facility or on the facility property. In the event that cooling water is needed in the future, the project has committed to draw water directly from the Ohio River so as not to adversely impact any of the local water utilities. A closed-loop dry cooling system does not produce a cooling water waste stream during operation. Therefore, the wastewater from the facility will be limited to domestic wastewater from the kitchens, the sinks, the toilets, the bathrooms, as discussed before. That's similar to any other occupied building. The wastewater will then be conveyed to Maysville's wastewater system and will be treated at the Maysville Wastewater Treatment Plant, just like any other wastewater in the community. The potential project is funding all of the required infrastructure improvements to allow Maysville to deliver the needed water to the site for construction and operation, as well as the wastewater infrastructure needs to convey the wastewater to the wastewater plant. In addition to the required infrastructure improvements that are needed to operate the facility, the proposed project is also making significant investments in the form of infrastructure improvements to improve the reliability and resiliency of Maysville's water and wastewater systems. The large-scale improved reliability will be a benefit to all of Maysville's water and wastewater customers, including their existing industrial and residential customers. The estimated investments for the necessary improvements to support the potential project are over $11.6 million in water improvements, over $12.8 million in wastewater improvements. The additional investments into Maysville's existing system are estimated at $14.6 million in water improvements and $2.1 million in wastewater improvements. That's a total investment of approximately $40 million into the water and wastewater systems. The potential project will be a net benefit for the region from a water and wastewater utility perspective. The water demands of the facility are in line with many other industries for construction and operational use. Maysville has adequate capacity to meet these needs at their treatment plants, and all of the necessary infrastructure improvements will be funded by the potential project and will not be paid for by utility ratepayers. In addition, the potential project is investing almost $17 million into additional projects beyond what is necessary for their facility. Additional projects that would have required financing and would have been paid for by utility ratepayers. The potential project's investment reduces that burden on all utility customers. The modeling and the additional system improvements will improve Maysville's water and wastewater systems for all of their customers, industrial, wholesale, and residential. Thank you.